One thing Daniel said before he left, he's like, when I get back, I hope she's potty trained and she's out of the terrible twos, because he would call me. I'm like, I really can't talk right now. She's getting in everything, and he would laugh and tell me good luck and tell her I love her. But he did tell her to be good for me. And she is. Yeah, I am. I think it was the first day I met him. I'm a big UT fan, and everything she wears is UT. But he's a USF Bulls fan. And I did buy her a sweatshirt that was USF. When we went to Florida, actually her grandmother bought it. She goes, I want to get her something from Florida. And I said, it can be anything but the Florida Gators. Because I will burn it. But when I took a picture of her in the USF Bulls sweatshirt, he loved it because that was who he was all about. When I remember he said he was from Florida and a big football fan, I was like, well, who's your football team? He's like, well, the USF Bulls. I was like, oh, the no-name team, right? I was like, at least it's not the Gators, because then we would never work. Marine Corps, long distance, Gators, I think that's out of the question. That's strike three, buddy. So, but actually, Daniel would, any team I'd be watching, I was just telling people the other night, he's a big Colts fan, and he liked them, but anybody I would go for, he would go against, just so we could fight during the games. He'd have to have somebody. He loved to aggravate me. That's what made, I don't know, that's what made us stronger.
Did she get to talk to Daddy any when he called? Or?
She can't talk that much, but usually when he first started calling, before he deployed all the time, I'd get on the phone, and even today she'll pick up my cell phone because that's the way that we always communicated. And I don't know if she knows, she just says Daddy. And I don't know if she thinks every cell phone's Daddy because that's the way we mainly communicated or not. But he did, every time I talked to him, he did talk to her, except for when the past 2 times, the time difference so different that when he would call me, it would be about 2:30 in the morning here. And the last time he actually did call, though, he said, wake up. And I'm like, well, it's 2:30 in the morning. And he's like, well, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm doing what any normal person is doing. You know, I'm laying in bed. And he's like, well, what's my daughter doing? I said, she's sleeping. He goes, wake her up. I want to talk to her. I said, you know what, Daniel? I love you, and you know what she does, but I am not waking our daughter up at 2:30 in the morning for you to talk to her. I will make sure that she knows that you told her you loved her. But I did put the phone to her ear, and he told her good night, and then he loved her. Yeah, he always made it a point to tell me to give her a kiss and a hug from him, and he said he actually wrote me a letter, and in the letter he talked about going out on patrol, but he said make sure that we knew that he missed us and he loved us, and that to keep showing pictures of him to her so that she'll know who her daddy is. He said don't let her forget. He said that she'd be so big when he got back. His main thing, he wanted me to have her potty trained when he got back. I said I don't think that's going to happen. But I will try. I've got my hands full.